Masquera saying Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zim Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana kake kutanka kuyapa neno channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chukua karoka subscriber, don't forget to comment and share this video. Nasi Zimbabwe takwigirai nyaya ya buditswa na a political commentator Majaira Jairos weabuda. Ashitala nyaya shoka vanhu vazhinji weabuda ashitala yachiti President Mnangagwa wakathreatenwa na Chiwenga pamwe chete neChina kuti he should resign or face my actions. Vabuda pa exendo yavo abuda pa exendo yake Majaira Jairos ashitala yachiti soon after returning from hospital in China, an Indian tabloid, The Print, reported that China asked Mnangagwa to hand over power to Constantino Chiwenga. When the coup happened, Chiwenga sought help from China, while Mnangagwa sought help from the UK via Katrina Lane. Understandably, China does not like Mnangagwa due to his extreme corruption tendencies. China is the harshest sentencing for corruption charges, with people getting life sentences or worse. Since the Prince report, ED has maintained a superficial relationship with Chiwenga. Singazipti, mliona si nyaya iyi mre Zimbabwe. So the Prince yakabuda chitaurayo chiti resign or face action. China threatens Zimbabwe president for looking west. As Beijing has reportedly asked Zimbabwe President Emmerson Mnangagwa to hand over power to China-leaning Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. So the Chinese government has told Zimbabwe President Mnangagwa to either resign or retire from office or face political action from Beijing, according to a report in Spotlight Zimbabwe, an online media publication. The report said Beijing has also asked Mnangagwa to hand over power to China-leaning Vice President General Constantino Chiwenga, who has been in China since July for medical treatment. Reports suggest that China was responsible for promoting Mnangagwa as Vice President in 2015 during the presidency of the late Robert Mugabe, who was deposed in 2017 after nearly 4 decades in power. Now Beijing is said to be displeased with Mnangagwa for slowly walking away from Zimbabwe's Look East policy and refusing to grant several development projects to China firms. For a long time, smaller nations have been anxious about China's debt trap diplomacy, especially through its ambitious Belt and Road Initiative. But such overt interference by Asian giant in another country's domestic politics is unheard of. And why does China want Zimbabwe's president to resign? China and Zimbabwe have shared a deep relationship since 1960, when Beijing provided arms and trained some of the top guerrilla leaders, including Mnangagwa, during the country's struggle against white minority rule. Zimbabwe has had an ailing economy for decades, and China's continued economic assistance has been indispensable for the country. According to a December 2016 report in The Diplomat, China invested in at least 128 projects in Zimbabwe between 2000 and 2012. And Zimbabwe is reportedly China's third largest destination for foreign direct investment. Behind this economic relationship was former President Robert Mugabe's Look East policy. The policy ensured that China firms get preferential treatment when Harare gave out infrastructure development contracts. However, after coming to office, Mnangagwa started to gradually unwind Zimbabwe's economic dependency on China and unleashed an effort to diversify the country's economic relations. The reason China wants him out is because he has made them angry by reneging on a number of deals he made with Beijing in 2015. The Spotlight Zimbabwe report quotes a former intelligence minister of the country saying some of the deals Mnangagwa has reneged on include a major contract promised to China Railway to refurbish and reconstruct a new national railway network for Zimbabwe worth billions. The contract has now reportedly been given to a Western firm. Mnangagwa also undertook to give China exclusive diamonds and platinum claims in the country, but now they have lost to Russia on that front, said former intelligence minister. So what is China threatening, and how deep is its involvement in Zimbabwe? And Chinese authorities have allegedly used the miseries in Vice President Constantino Chiwenga's office to pass the message to Mnangagwa that he should either step down or risk facing unspecified political actions from Beijing. Yes, the possibilities of another coup to topple him are very high. The whole government and even our office is divided over him and Chiwenga. The Spotlight Zimbabwe report quoted sources in the office of the president and cabinet as saying there seems to be a discernible pattern when it comes to China's reported involvement in the Zimbabwe's politics. China has constantly made an effort to ensure one of its preferred candidates in the country's top political leadership. The following three instances help highlight this pattern. Back in 2015, when Zimbabwe's economy was in free-fall, the Chinese government reportedly lobbied to get Mnangagwa appointed as vice president. In 2017, a major political stir followed revelations that Chiwenga had visited Beijing just a few days before the military coup that led to Mugabe's removal. And now Chiwenga is again in China, and there is news of Beijing allegedly demanding Zimbabwe's president to resign. Ndo zvakabuditswa the print muri Zimbabwe. Tisingazive kuti munoona sei nyaya iyi nyaya yakaitika here kana kuti muri Zimbabwe. Ndofunga Susan Mutami akambobuda achitaura iye achiudza maZimbabweans ayo aibuda achimoka Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. Achitaura iye achiti vanhu vese vari kuti Constantino Chiwenga lose power and they don't know kuti VP is in charge of this country, Zimbabwe. Chinzi kana Vice President Constantino Chiwenga vakafaiwa zuva ranhasi, hanzi ndo pamunoona kuti hazvina kumira mushe. Hanzi munoona China ichipindira zvekuti even ana Belarusi vanowanda kana China ichinge yapindira. Kabuda on his ex handle achitaura achiti here Owen Muda wants to be the president of Zimbabwe in 2028. I'm so proud of him for even attempting to give it a try, because it's not easy fighting for the top job against a great intellect of par excellence. Statesman for the Commissar who has charisma, Honorable Kasukwere. I also see most of you mocking General Chiwenga, saying he's lost power. That man is very much in charge of that country. He's the end to the power and does not wish to take on both roles and to be the face of the power. If Chiwenga is fired today, you all see what I mean when I say China is our all-weather friend. Even Belarusi will go into hiding. Ndo zvakabuda zvitaurwa na Susan Mutami. Tisingazive kuti is it true kuti China yakapusha kuti Vice President, kuti President Mnangagwa wanikwa wachipa power kuna Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. Tudziwo zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mu comment section.